Tomorrow, again, please make sure you bring your school-issued Chromebooks. That's what you're taking your test on. And then please make sure it's charged. I have chargers in here, but if 10 of y'all need chargers, it's not helpful. All right, so number 1, which in my opinion is the front page, is going to be not necessarily the hardest, but it's been the longest since you've seen it, right? Tomorrow, if you need patty paper, I have patty paper somewhere in this room. But to me, it's just, remember how we use patty paper to do things? If you need it, you can use it. It's just a little bit harder because y'all are on computer screens, right? Like you don't have, but you could still lay your computer flat and use patty paper. All you have to do tomorrow is raise your hand and I will bring you some. Okay? Now, today I'm going to teach you some rules. It says, reflect A, B, C, D over the line y equals x. It's been a hot minute. A, what point is A at? Do y'all agree A is at 4, 1? If you want to reflect over y equals x, does anybody remember what we have to do? No. You just flip the numbers. So instead of 4, 1, where is it going to be at? 1, 4. If it says y equals x, you just switch the numbers. B, where is B at? Bless you. 6, 4. So where is my new B going to be at? 4, 6. Just switch the numbers. Now, if you didn't remember that, could you draw this line, draw these points for C, and say, hey, I need to flip this over this line. Where is C at now? That's another option you could do. All right. But C is at, yes. I have no tissues, no nothing. Nope. C is at 8, 1. So if I flip it, what am I going to get? 1, 8. Be careful with D. D is at what?
0.
Oh, which one? It's at 6, 0. Remember, X comes first. 6 and then 0 up or down. So flip it and what do you get? 0, 6. Okay. Do we feel like we can all get that question right? Like we can remember just to flip it? X. If you see y equals x, you're just flipping the numbers. Okay? It'll be y equals x. Next, it says rotate 180 degrees counterclockwise about the origin and translate 5 up. I'm going to suggest you use patty paper for this. So let's remember how to use patty paper on this. First of all, yes.
Last time I used patty paper and then I put it on my computer, it locked me out because it was glitching out.
Okay, we'll just make sure. We'll look at it. It shouldn't lock you out, but we'll look at it. Were you here yesterday, Kristen? Were you here? Okay. So I'm going to draw the x and y axis right here. This is my x and y axis. And then I am going to do, this is on the wrong side. Sorry. It's not, there we go. Here's A, D, C, and B. All right. It says to rotate counterclockwise how many degrees? 180 degrees is how many turns? Not 3 turns, that's 2 turns. 1 turn is 90 degrees. 2 turns is 180. 3 turns is 270. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this. Can somebody get that? 1, 2 times. But that's not all it wants me to do. Hello. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. That's not all it wants me to do. What else does it want me to do? Translate it up. So I'm going to go after that. Oops. What is it doing? I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is my point A at now?
-1.
Close.
-4. -3.
1, -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. negative 3, 5. Okay, B is at negative 7. I think it's 6. Negative 7. No. Yeah, negative 7, 6. And by the way, on your test, it's only going to be asking for one letter. It's not going to be asking you to find all 4 of them. Does that make sense? So it'll probably say, hey, find C. And then you only have to look at that one. All right, next one is C. Where's that at? Negative 9, 1 looks right. And then D, negative 3, comma 0. So that one you're definitely going to want to use patty paper for. Ask me for some. Okay. Next, or can I change it? Did y'all get that down? Let me let y'all. Negative 9, 1. 8. Oh, I think it should be negative 8. It should be negative 8, 1. Yeah, it's negative, because this is at 8 right here, so it should be negative 8. Negative 7. And then this one right here should be negative 4. A should be negative 4, 5.
For 180, don't we just change the sign?
Yes, you just change the sign. So that's another option that you could do. Like, let's say it focused on D. D is at 4, 5. 180 just changes the sign, so it would be negative 4, negative 5, and then you would do what it says.
And then you would go up.
Correct. So that is another option. 180 is also negative X, negative Y. You just change the signs. Okay? Next one. ABC was transformed twice to create A prime, double prime, B double prime, and C double prime. Determine the sequences of the transformations. Honestly, I don't see 2 transformations on this one. I see 1. What transformation do y'all see here?
Rotation.
I see a reflection over the, not Y. What line is this? Y equals X. But since that's not one of them on here, it is rotating. I'm going to use patty papers. Let's see. Here's my original one. So if I turn this once, no. Twice, definitely not. 3 times, nope, this is just a reflection. I'm going to say a reflection. I don't see 2 of them. It's reflecting over Y equals X.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know why it says 2. That's all I got on that one. What about this one right here? What is this one doing? It's dilating. It is shrinking. How do you know it's shrinking? But how do you know which one goes first? The little tick marks. It's going that way because you go from no tick marks to tick marks. It's dilating by 1/3. All right. Also, what else did this do? Not only did it get smaller, but what did it do from here to here? It reflected. How do you know it reflected? Yeah, look. Do you see how this one goes A to B like this? And you see how this one's going A to B this way? It's reflecting. So it reflected over the y-axis.
Why did they not say? So only one of them actually has the stuff?
This one and this one. Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah. Alright, let's open up. We're going to answer some more questions. This next one says, the following numbers represents 3 sides of a triangle. Determine if it is right, acute, or obtuse. So, what did we do to determine if this was right, acute, or obtuse?
Add together the 2 smallest numbers.
Remember, we did c squared is what compared to a squared plus b squared? You have to square them. What is my biggest number on the first one? 20. So what I want you to do tomorrow in Desmos is I want you to write what is 20 squared. And then I want you to do the other 2 squared added together. What is 12 squared? Nope. Plus 17 squared. Y'all see how we did that? Okay, what is it? How does 400 compare to, so 20 squared is 400, and then 12 squared plus 17 squared is 433. How does 400 compare to 433? Do y'all agree this is smaller? 400 is smaller than 433? Yes, so what does that make this? No, acute. Smaller is acute. Let's do it again. What is my biggest one here? 10. What is 10 squared? And if you don't know, put it in Desmos. I'm going to do 10 squared is 100. And then what are my other 2 numbers? 6 squared plus 8 squared is 100. What do we know about 100 and 100? They're the same. They're equal, which makes this a right triangle. If your numbers are equal, it is a right triangle. And then again, what's my biggest number here? So I'm going to do 15 squared, and then I'm going to do 5 squared plus 12 squared. And let's see what I get. So 15 squared, 5 squared, and 12 squared. So I get 225 and 169. How does 225 compare to 169? It's bigger, and since it's bigger, that means it's going to be obtuse. C squared equals 8 squared plus B squared. You're going to be doing Pythagorean theorem. You just do it in 2 separate lines. Okay? Oh man, it's been a hot minute. Number 4. How do we find an angle in a triangle?
You have to circle the X.
Let's circle the X. And what do I have compared to this X? Y'all did really good on this unit. We just haven't seen it since February. Yeah. Yeah, do y'all agree that I have the 90 degree across from 90 degrees? What's that called?
This hypotenuse.
That's the hypotenuse. Y'all remember that word? It's been a while. Remember, this is going to be multiple choice. Right here, what do you have with the 8 and the X?
Is it opposite?
It's opposite. If you have opposite and hypotenuse, what do you have?
It's this S part.
And by the way, tomorrow I am going to give you a formula chart. It is the S one, but we haven't seen this in forever. It is on my formula chart to help you. So you don't have to have this memorized, all right? So don't worry, like if you're like, oh my God, I don't. It's right here, okay? You don't have to worry about remembering how to spell SOHCAHTOA, okay? All right, so it is so, which means my sine What's my angle here?
8.
What's my angle?
X.
X equals, what's my opposite?
8.
8 over, what's my hypotenuse?
10.
10. Okay, guys, y'all look up. It's been a hot minute. How do I get X by itself?
You multiply? You multiply by 7? They're wrong. You do the negative. You do the add.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while, so I heard some of y'all say it. You do the -1. However, before we can do anything, what do we got to do to our computers?
Oh.
Hasn't this been forever? Like, this is before spring break. This was like before Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's been a while.
Wait, hold on. If we put it in degrees at the beginning of the test, does it make everything change?
No, the only thing degree mode affects is SOHCAHTOA, so it doesn't matter. So you can put it on degrees as soon as you get it. Honestly, I don't know how their Desmos is going to be, so it might be in degrees. But just, yeah, so you're going to put it in degree mode. And as a reminder, everybody look up, please. This button right here, I'm going to make this big so y'all can all see. The button functions. If I'm looking for the angle, remember we're going to be doing one of these with a -1. So we're going to hit sine inverse. And then I just put the fraction, 8 over 10. And what is my answer? 53.1 degrees. Joe, you got that down? Write it down. Sine inverse is 53.1 degrees. And maybe I'll write this down so y'all can look at it later. Okay, remember that's what you're putting in the calculator. I think I'm going to skip 5. Oh, 6. Oh.
This is the one where you have to something. It was different. Don't you have to multiply?
Yes. So we're number 6. Do y'all see how we have a 30 degree?
Yeah.
What's this going to be?
Opposite.
But what's this right here?
The right angle.
A 90. So how many degrees is that going to be?
90.
No, this is 90.
30.
30 is right there. 30, 60, 90. And when I taught you 30, 60, 90, I taught you to do a chart. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
No, it's been a while, I agree.
I love it.
Y'all don't give up on me, please. You have a major grade test tomorrow. Write this down. All right. Across from 30, do I know what's across from 30?
Your opposite.
H, but I don't know what number that is, right? Do I know what's across from the 60?
Yeah.
What's across from the 60?
6 and 3.
6 square root of 3. Okay, let's remind ourselves. If the square root of 3 is in the middle, what is going to be right here?
6.
Just the 6. The number with the square root is right there. What if I didn't have this in the middle and I just had 6? The middle always has a square root of 3. What do I do to find the end? Does anybody remember? Nope.
I already looked at my other paper, so
Times 2.
Oh, wait, is it always times 2?
Always times 2 if it's 30, 60, 90.
Okay.
And so what's 6 times 2? 12. Okay? So what is my H? What's H across from?
6. I mean, it's 30.
It's across from the 30, so what is H? 6. What's across from the 90?
12.
D, which is 12. Hey, what if you didn't remember that?
If you don't.
It's okay. It's on your formula chart.
Wow.
But you have to know how to use that. So you have to know, hey, across from the 60, that's where I have to put that square root of 3. Hey, across from the 30 is just the number, and across from the 90, I have to do 2 times that number. But this is here for you. So tomorrow, if you're getting stuck and you don't remember this chart, you'll have your formula chart to kind of guide you, right? It doesn't give you all the information, but it kind of guides you.
and then doesn't give you step by step.
No, but a lot of y'all, what y'all did during the test back in February when we learned this, is y'all got 30, 60, 90, and 45, 45, 90 confused. Look right here. I have them for you so you don't get confused. I have that 45, 45, 90 is the square root of 2, and 30, 60, 90 is the square root of 3. So, like, you don't have to think about, is it square root of 2, is it square root of 3, I don't remember. It's right here for you. Okay? All right, so bringing to that question, number 7. What if I have 6 and 6? It's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Do y'all agree these are the same as this? And if your two sides are the same, what's your diagonal going to be? Well, let's look. This is the same as this. What's my diagonal?
So
6 square root of 2 is your answer. It's going to be that same number, just with the square root of 2. Yep. So this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. If it ever says anything about right isosceles, it's 45, 45, 90. Write that down, please. Jordan, stay with me. Samuel, stay with me. Next. Do this one again.
Wait, we don't need science?
What?
That was it?
That was it. That's your answer?
Oh.
Yep. For this one right here, I see 30, 60, 90, so I'm going to do a 30, 60, 90 chart. It says A is 10. What is A across from?
30.
So 10 goes in the 30 column. What's going to go in my 60 column? 10 square root of 3. And again, tomorrow, if you want a dry erase marker, you can actually, I think there's going to be a paper that there is going to be a paper that you can write on. But on here, hey, across from the 30, I put a 10. You can put a 10 on here with a dry erase marker. What is this going to turn into across from the 60? 10 square root of 3. And what's this one going to turn into? 10 times, which is 20. So if that helps you better than this chart helps you, that's fine. Okay? So B is across from the 60. What's B going to be? No. Across from 60. 10 root 3. C is across from the 90. What's C going to be? 20. The 90 column is 20. And then last one in this chart. If I tell you A is 8, what do these little arches mean? That they're equal. So if A is 8, what's B? 8. Write it down. If A is 8 and B is 8, what is C? 8 square root of 2. Yes. This one is 45, 45, 90. Because the two angles are the same. Yep. Yep, and it's isosceles, exactly. Alright, for 10 and 11, I'm only going to focus on B for both of these. Hint, hint. If a regular polygon has 18 sides, what is the measure of each exterior? As a reminder, each exterior is EE. If you were to flip to this one, which is probably like on page 52-ish, 53 in your notebook, right on the front, it's the flip book. What page do we have that on? One more back. Go one more. There. Okay, one. Yeah. It's 52? Okay. On page 52 in that flip book, what is the formula for EE? 360 over N. That's what I need you to remember when you see each exterior.
I think it's on 53.
Okay. Yeah. This one you will. This is the only formula you have to remember tomorrow.
Was it before we did chitin?
Yep. Yeah.
Then yeah. It was the day I couldn't
Yeah, we were in that other room. Yep.
And there's only been.
Yep. Yep. So this is the only one I need you to memorize. 360 divided by n. How many sides are there?
18.
So I'm going to do 360 divided by 18. What is your question?
Is this on the cheat sheet?
This is not. So this is the only thing I need you to remember. And what's 360 divided by 18? 20. So my answer is 20 degrees. What about if it has 32 sides? What is each exterior? How do you do each exterior tomorrow?
360 over n.
And what's my n for 32 sides?
32.
32. And what is 360 divided by 32? It's 11.25 degrees. And there you go. So tomorrow, what are we memorizing? This one only.
360.
And I'll probably announce that right before the test. Like, hey, don't forget, each exterior EE is 360 divided by n. Okay. All right. Number 13. Number 13. How do I figure that? I don't like this question because look, is 9, isn't that don't make a lot of sense, right?
I don't remember.
Yes, I remember it.
I don't remember the rules.
That was like the one problem I actually did.
How do you go from 9 to 12?
You add
Subtract, add.
Don't you want to subtract because it's getting smaller? It's pretty rude.
What?
So what am I going to do again to go from here to here? What is 12 plus 3? 15. Everybody look up, please, if you are not. You just keep going. 3 plus what am I going to do here? I don't know, but what again can I do to that same number?
2.
3 plus 2 is 5. Yep. What is 5 plus 2?
Wait, but how do you know if you're looking for 5?
Because you want the same number to be on both of them. You have to sit there and think about it.
And there's
Play with numbers. Yeah.
So if you have 3 and you have 7, you have to have the same number of additions.
What's in between 3 and 7?
Yes, I don't know.
Well, think about it. How many does it take to get from 3 to 7?
3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4.
4. So if you know it's 4 and I have to split them up, how many is it going to take to eat? Yeah. So you just have to think about that. Yes.
So wasn't it that thing that you like 3 plus 7 is about like 2?
Yeah, you could do that on this one. You can't do that on this one. Yep. So right here, that's what we essentially just did. Don't you agree? How do you get from 3 to 7?
4.
And then what did we do to get to each step?
Oh.
Yeah. So right here, if I give you these right here, can't you just subtract them to figure out? Yeah. Okay? All right, for this one, it tells us it's a rhombus. Y'all, I'm giving you the exact same questions, different numbers. I need you to remember that a rhombus, yeah. What do I need you to remember about a rhombus?
I don't know.
What happens in the middle of a rhombus?
It's like all
It's a right angle. So what does 4x plus 6 equal? 90 degrees. 4x plus 6 equals 90. Do we even care about this down here? No, we don't. And then what can I do to find x?
Oh, you subtract 6.
Get rid of your side chick. I don't know if you're actually going to have to solve tomorrow. And then do what? Divide by 4. And what is 84 divided by 4? It is 21. Think about 8 divided by 4 is? 4 divided by 4 is? So x is 21. Anybody have little siblings? Y'all know who Miss Rachel is?
Ew, I hate
Oh my God, I love her.
Okay.
No, she's my
If I
favorite.
didn't listen to her every time I got home, for as long as I had to be home.
You might like her a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, I prefer her over Coco Melon. So,
Okay.
do you know what shape this is?
Height.
Bam. Bam. That's all you gotta do.
I don't even know
Okay.
what that is. Wait, I'm just going to the 5 side. How do you know what it is solid height?
Huh?
The test is, I mean, what do you need solid?
It'll be multiple choice. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. What? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yep, what shape?
Oh, that was it?
Do you know what shape this is? Shape this is? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I need some talking in between. Alright. For this one right here, what type of quadrilateral is this? So you're going to want to draw the picture. Oh, I drew it knowing what it was.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Dang. Okay, A, B, C, and D. And it tells you A and B are the same, and C and D are the same.
So do I just draw a square for that?
So, but no, because what does it say right here? A is not the same. AB is not the same as CD. So these cannot be the same length. So if this was 5, this can be 6. They can't be the same. What shape is this? It is a trapezoid.
This is gonna be probably the hardest.
That I agree. Yeah. And if you guess on 1 or 2 of these, I completely understand. Try to limit your guessing. Don't guess more than 3. But 1 or 2 of these, this is going to be one of those really, you have to get creative. All right, on the back. In circle O, find length of AB. You do not have to have these memorized. These formulas are down here. Okay, yeah, but y'all are looking at them and you're like, what? We used the second formula when I taught you this. All right, we used theta over 360 times 2 pi r, and we used theta over 360 times pi r squared. Theta. Theta is the angle. So, what is my angle here to find the length? So, arc length, write this down with me, please, is 90 over 360 times 2 pi. What is my r here?
Wait, I'm sorry, say what?
What is my r here?
6.
6. And we are going to put that in the calculator, but do what?
Not pi.
Not pi. So we're going to do 90 over 360, 2 times 6 is what? 3 pi is my arc length. And if I want to find the sector area, it's going to be 90 over 360 pi, what's my r? 6 squared. And that gives me 9 pi. Yeah, just, okay, so if it asks you for the length of the arc on your formula chart, you're using the one that says arc length.
Which on the diagram, what is the arc?
Right here has arc.
Oh, so
It says length of the arc.
Oh,
Yeah. So you're going to use arc length. If it asks for you area of the shaded sector or area of the shaded part, and it's a circle, you're using sector area.
Would it not be 90 arc length? Because there's a 90.
No, that's the measure of the arc in degrees. It wants the length. And you'll look at all your answer choices, and they're going to be numbers with pi. Yep. Okay, number 19 is the same question, just different degrees. Okay. Number 20, let's remember circles. It says arc CD is 98 degrees. What is A?
98.
They're the same. Do y'all remember that? The central angle is the same. Write this down, please. What about angle B? Nope. Divide by 2. 98 divided by 2 is 49 degrees. Remember, when you want this smaller, it's asking for CBD. Remember, that's the middle letter. That's asking for A.
It's not asking for the arc. That's what I was doing.
Correct.
I was like, wait.
The same way on 21. What if I give you this angle? Can you find what is the arc going to be? How do you go from here to here? So, exactly. What is 42.5 times 2? 42.5 times, nope, that's not, I didn't hit the times button. Times 2 is 85. So my arc is 85. And if my arc is 85, what is this angle right here? 85. They're both 85. So you'll either be multiplying or dividing by 2 on this question. Okay. The arc, yeah, none of the, remember, these will either be multiple choice or you'll be typing in, you don't have to do units. Yep, but yeah, the arc would need a degree sign. Yes, they both would. All right. A circle has a diameter AB. What is the equation? Again, we did this one day, probably for 30 minutes, and then we haven't really seen it yet since. However, you have this equation right here. Equation of a circle, and it's actually going to be on the problem for you. Okay, like it'll be on the computer for you. But the equation of the circle is this. Y'all remember this complicated thing? No? Okay, so let's write it down real quick. It is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared.
I remember writing it for sure.
Right. Where is my center here? C. What point is that at? 3, 0. So my h is going to be 3x minus 3 squared. And do you see how it's positive 3 here, but in the equation it's the opposite? Y'all remember us telling, in the equation it's the opposite, in the equation it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, this is on page 62 of your notebook.
Oh, so if it was like negative 3, 0?
If it was negative 3, this would be positive 3. In the equation it's opposite. My, not my y, it stays y. My k is 0. What does r stand for? What is the radius of this circle? 1, 2, 3. But it's not going to equal 3. What is it going to equal? 3 squared. What is 3 squared? So this equation should equal 9. Do y'all want to do that again for another practice?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to give y'all a minute to process that.
So the negative 3 squared equals 3, wait, what?
Okay, we'll do another one.
How do you get 9?
Because what is the equation right here? It equals r squared. What's the radius? So what's 3 squared? So instead of equaling 3 squared, it equals 9. Correct. Right. Well, I mean, but what if 2 answer choices had 9? You have to pick between them. So let's do this again. What is my center on this one, number 23? Where is this center at? 2, negative 3. And what is the radius here? 6. So my equation is going to be x minus 2. Why minus 2? It's opposite. Plus y plus 3 equals, what is 6 squared? So this is my equation. And again, you get this equation tomorrow. All right, find the area of the shaded region. How do we find the area of the shaded region?
Well, you have to subtract. You have to figure out the whole thing and then
The area of the whole thing minus the area of the smaller one. What's this whole picture? A square. So you're going to do the area of the square. How do you find the area of a square?
Base times height.
Base times height. So 20 times 20. Minus the area of, what is the smaller shape?
Star.
No. So we're actually not looking at the inside shape. Can y'all all look up, please? This is the shape. It's actually quarter circles. It's a thing. Do y'all agree it's a circle chopped into four?
It's a full circle.
It's a full circle though. So we're going to do the area of the circle. Does that make sense?
Quarter circles.
Which an area of a circle is pi. What's my radius of this circle going to be?
10.
10 squared.
I don't like this.
I don't either.
I like the way this is.
400 minus, what's 10 squared?
100.
100 pi. Now, I don't know. I don't know if they'll leave it like this. Just in case they don't and it's a decimal, all you are going to have to do for this one is put pi in the calculator. So you would do 400 minus and put pi in there.
Wait, so if you got, what do you mean if it's decimal?
Like if all your answer choices are crazy decimals, that means put pi in the calculator. Like, you know how we leave an equation like this? I don't know if the answer choices will be in an equation like this. I haven't been given the test. So just...
So if you get that and it doesn't match your answer choice, plug in pi.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Exactly. Alright. A new rectangle is formed by multiplying the length of an old rectangle by 6 and doubling. What's doubling? And doubling its width. How many times bigger is the new rectangle going to be? 12 times bigger. How did we get 12? Everybody look up. Look up. If it's multiplying the length by 6 and doubling, what is 6 and doubling? That's all you have to do. Multiply those two numbers together. Okay? Last but not least, it says calculate the difference of the surface areas of the two spheres. What does difference mean? If I'm calculating the difference between two things, what am I going to be doing? Subtracting. Well, how do I... Oh, it says the diameter of the larger sphere is 10 inches. The smaller sphere is 7.
What is that? Is that all the way?
Oh, that is all the way. How come it would give us radius? What is the diameter? So if it's all the way, what is my radius then?
5.
The radius of this one is 5. And what's the radius here?
What was it?
7, so it's 3.5. What does it want us to calculate here?
Subtract something?
Subtract what?
Surface area?
The surface area. What is my surface area of, what shape is this?
Sphere?
And again, you have your formula chart. What is the surface area of a sphere? 4 pi r squared. So I'm going to do 4 pi, what did we say r was? Squared. Minus, because it wants the difference, 4 pi 3.5 squared. And then just put that in your calculator. So I'm going to do 4 5 squared minus 4 3.5 squared. What is my answer? But 51 is not my answer. 51 pi. Subtract them because it wants the difference. What's up? And if you put pi in the calculator, it'll be a decimal. Yep. I believe the test, usually it gives both ways. Like it gives with pi and then without pi. That is your test tomorrow. I just did 20 questions for you. Those are the all 20 questions you are going to see tomorrow. All right? Oh, that was a long lesson today. Thank y'all so much.